Zion Williamson and David Griffin both played hardball with each other, and they both won. As crazy as that sounds, man, they both really had a disdain for each other. This relationship, I believe, is pretty good right now, but it wasn't not so long ago. It was numerous reasons that led to a tumultuous situation. You know, Zion Williamson was seconds away from possibly requesting a trade, maybe being the first rookie to not accept the extension. You heard all of the rumors, all of the chirping, you know. But nevertheless, the New Orleans Pelicans have found themselves poised to be a threat in the Western Conference for season after season. You know, the only problem with the Pelicans is health. You know, Zion Williamson, his presence alone just takes the Pelicans to another level, going to heights never before seen. Man, I'm telling you, the things that he's going to be able to do for some of the younger guys on this team, the way he'll be able to complement Brandon Ingram. You know, this is spectacular. As you can see, Zion Williamson, he walked away with the bag. Everybody knows the reports of Zion Williamson walking away with massive cash, man. The reports are talking about a 5-year, $193 million extension. You know, it could go up to 231 million. You know, it's crazy. So this contract is retarded for Zion Williamson. He's obviously a staple now in New Orleans. You know, they backed him. You know, now he has to go out there and prove and show why he's deserving to be a part of, you know, the top players in the league. I think Zion is coming in with a different level of focus, you know, this season. You know, I think it's past just being healthy. I think Zion wants to prove that he's better than John Morant. He's better than whatever RJ. He's the top of the food chain. You know, especially when you discussing some of these the young crop that's coming in the league. You know, the Cunninghams. You know, the Ivies. You hear these new guys, the Holgrams. There's a lot of young crop coming in. You know, it's crazy. The Jalen Greens. You know, Zion Williamson. He wants to prove that he's at the top. You know, and I think he's poised. You have C.J. McCollum. They made the midseason trade, you know, at the deadline. You know, that's going to take the Pelicans up 60 notches. You know, but give credit to David Griffin, because David Griffin was easily, you know, could have been on the back burner. You know, he could have been fired at any given second. You know, so give major props to him for staying the tide, you know, because the growing did get tough. The city wasn't behind him. Nobody was behind David Griffin. He lost favor with everyone, you know, so it's good to see that he was able to change the tide. Now, I believe he's got the city of New Orleans in his back pocket, to be honest with you. They believe in David Griffin. It took a while for him to get the things done, you know, but he did it. So give credit. You know, most people in this situation, they crumble, you know, to the point where it's just relieve me of my duties. But Griffin, he stayed in the fire, you know, fought back, you know, for his job, because I felt like the city was about to turn on David Griffin. He knew it. You know, he was definitely on the hot seat. He felt it. I think Gail Benson was seconds away from stepping in, but with the way that the hire, he has a lot rolling with him. He hired Willie Green. I think that was a major move. You know, that's paying dividends. Willie Green is taking his team to a new level for the defensive emphasis, you know, on this ball club. You know, so I like what I'm seeing. Now they just got to sustain what they did the season ago, especially in the Wild Wild West. I know you hear all of the birds chirping, you know, Kyrie possibly going to L.A. All of these teams that didn't make the postseason pose a threat to the New Orleans Pelicans, because they were pretty much trying to sneak in. So it's going to be important for them to get off to a hot start next season. You cannot fool around in the West, because you're going to have teams trying to get back. You got the Clippers, they looking to take deep position. And, you know, so the Pelicans, I don't see why they can't get to the point where the Memphis Grizzlies were. You know, why not? You know, I think they could have that kind of hot start. You know, they got a lot of momentum in their favor. You know, you got Alvarado getting the big deal. You know, he's loving New Orleans. Brandon Ingram loves the city of New Orleans. Zion, from all accounts, he got the bag now. So, you know, he's firmly supplanted in the city of New Orleans. So I think Griffin is worthy of an extension. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes out sooner than later. You know, there's no way you could let go of let go of David Griffin. He's done too much. You know, the upgrades to this roster, proves his impact. Man, he's a great leader. You know, I would say, believe it or not, he's standing the test of time. You know, they could have gave up, man. So that's all I'm gonna say, man. I got so much respect for him for standing the tide and not giving up when the growing got tough, man. Because I seen Steve Mills. I'm a Knicks fan. I remember Steve Mills. Growing got tough. He didn't go out and get him a C.J. McCollum. They didn't make no kind of move like that. They just kind of let the dust settle. Like, it was comfortable with getting fired. You know, in my humble opinion, that's what it looked like. It was like, oh, I'm kind of fine with the situation. There's nothing we could do about it. You know. But David Griffin didn't do that. You know, he walked through the fire, man, and he got himself C.J. McCollum, a perfect complement to a Brandon Ingram and a Zion Williamson. You've seen the effects of the trade, what he did for Brandon Ingram. It relieved the pressure off of him. You know, I'm telling you, they were seconds away from defeating the Phoenix Suns in that first round. The Pelicans could have easily snuck their way into the conference finals. If they would have had Zion Williamson, you know it would have been over. They would have beat the Suns. So that's the kind of stuff that the Pelicans are going to have in their favor next season. They just got to get it together. There still need to be some retooling. You know, this team can always get better defensively, get some shooting, you know, because this team is going to play completely different next year with Zion. I would expect a faster pace, more electrifying, and guys getting more involved, man. The Pelicans are gonna score a lot of points. They just gotta get in the ground defensively. If they can get in there defensively, they're straight. That's gonna be the key. The Pelicans will have no problem scoring. I like their guards. I like the wing players. You know, Valanciunas is doing his thing. You already know Zion is gonna wild out. I can't wait to see the dynamic between, you know, Willie Green and Zion when he taps into his greatness. We're going to get into that on the next video, but nonetheless, on this episode, on this video, I wanted you to know that Griffin kind of, he literally, they both won because Zion was on his way out the door. You heard the rumblings. Griffin, he could have been fired midway through the season. They could have let him go early because the Pelicans started off nasty. And then you heard all the rumblings with Zion, so the Pelicans could have easily let him go prematurely. But they let him steer the ship, and look now, he's worthy of an extension just like Zion. I think this partnership is going to last for a couple more years, for years to come, and I think Griffin is going to get the pieces that Zion needs to be competitive in this loaded Western Conference. It's Flight Sports TV.